Hey guys, welcome back to Pictorial Reviews. We've got another one from Pose Plus. It's the P.01 Gold Lightan. So we kind of did it in reverse order and did the second one, well, out of order. So did the second one in Boxinger first, third one Go Shogun, and now the first one Gold Lightan. Alright, you can see it's quite bigger than the Soul of Jigoken. I believe this is the GX 34, but this is the newer 24 karat one that released last year, I believe it was, maybe the year before, I'm not sure, either 2018, 2019. It all gets mixed up. I'm old, that's how time goes. So this one's about 5 1/4 inches tall. Gold Lightan. He is about 9 1/4 inches tall from what I'm seeing, and then these big guys here around 10 1/4 inches tall a piece. I'm just knocking everything over. Okay. So, Gold Lightan, in terms of just canon and stuff like that, really doesn't have anything to do with Boxinger or Go Shogun. So, get those guys out of the way. Focus on these two for a little bit. And we'll do a comparison with the articulation as well as the lighter modes and stuff like that. It's going to be a big box and a small box, so you know what to expect. So, the old Soul of Jigoken, or old new, whatever you want to consider it, came with kind of a ring box type stand. You can hold his accessories in there. You see the additional hands as well as the core piece for the villains and whatnot. So get this slid on top if I can do this correctly. There we go. It makes a nice little stand for it. The Pose Plus actually comes with an equivalent piece, obviously much larger. Actually on the front's a little bit different, but it's nice because you don't have to do the whole, take the top half off. You got these, and you can see it has additional hands, the core piece, as well as this part is for the light up head here. So it comes with a base that lights up. This is, we'll just take it out, why not? We're using it soon enough anyway. But this takes 2 LR 44 batteries. Boom, you can see, lights up there, and then the head attaches like so. It obviously goes down on the piece, but the eyes light up on it. So outside of that, the default head comes with the colored eyes. Worry about that in a little bit. The tab on there, the switch, is sunken pretty deep in. I'm not the biggest fan of that, so just something to look out for. Even having fingernails now, it doesn't just, I can't reach it the best. But anyway, here are those two pieces. And here they are on their respective stands. Pretty neat stuff. And honestly, even having them side by side here, the Soul of Jigoken looks really, really, really good. I'm not going to say buy this over that one at all. Alright, quick roundabout. He is very gold. And I like that even though he's bigger, they kept the simplicity of his design. You don't see any unnecessary like greebles and panels throughout him and things like that. He just looks like a bigger figure of Gold Lightan, and it's pretty darn great. I like the more chibi, cartoonish face on the Soul of Jigoken version, but this one definitely isn't bad. And of course, make sure to check the article and gallery on kumstyle.com. See detailed pictures and things like that. Now looking at the articulation, the head here, it's on a ball joint. And I did have to use some future polish on this ball joint to get it a little bit more tight. It was really loose at first, but yeah. So he doesn't really have downward at all. It pops right back up like he can, but yeah, but it goes upward for some reason. Maybe it's the chin blocking, I'm not exactly sure, but you can see 360 the rest. And that about takes care of that. So the shoulders do butterfly. Don't want to forget that. That's the outward swing. It goes all the way around. These are friction joints, so it doesn't have the ratchets on the upper body. All right, again, butterfly. Butterfly's forward, but the back is pretty straight. All right, bicep here. Here. It's the elbow, about 90 degrees. There is rock, always, on the wrist, as well as wrist rotation. All right, so no body movement. You can see right there, there's nowhere for him to have swivel in the waist or anything like that. No ab crunch, this and that. So what we've got though is these thighs. There are ratchets in the thighs, and they're good filling ratchets. Knees. All right. And then ankles, you can actually extend to get more ankle movement. All right. See how it sinks in? You can bring the feet up and then out. So back, and I love that he has these panels in the back that move. And then fourth, and you just close that back up. And I will go ahead and give him one of his alternate hands here. Make sure it's one of the ones with the magnets on them. Yeah. Alright. Ball joint. Then of course I select the wrong hand. Gotta love it. And there are actual magnets on the hand. Help it hold this core piece. There's a peg in there too. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get it into the peg as well. Alright. And I'm gonna leave that a little bit cracked. Let me see if I can get my way around that. It stinks because I like having the legs a bit split, but it's like you can't have it all. So we'll keep that because I really just like this pose. Then make sure we're focused. And boom, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. It just sucks right there. Jeez. Alright. Oh, before we get this transformed, there's one feature I forgot about, and I could have used that when I made that pose earlier. But the body on the inside, this here, it actually has a drop feature. So you take the whole thing, boom, and he doesn't have to be open to do that. But now you can put the legs all the way out to the side, you know, whatever you want to do. So he does have drop hips. Alright, just making sure I got a good angle here. I'm going to go ahead and not necessarily get the hair swapped out because you don't pull this head off or anything like that. It's actually kind of neat how it works. So you pull all this up, trying to remember how to do this right. So this little flap right here, you can move it back to get it out of the way. And then from there, if I recall correctly, take this, and then you put it back, right? So you got that. Maybe, I'm trying to think of, alright, yep, you do that first. And then, you got that back, right? Okay, and remember that these things need to be in or else they'll, alright, so, I got a tack. Just putting that in so that the lights are on. These pieces are in. And by all accounts, be able to get those around the tab. And there you go. Was all of that worth it? Not really. It's a very annoying process. And the thing is, when you try to move the head at times, especially like up-down movements and stuff, that piece below, you see that it's loose now. It actually becomes loose because it doesn't peg in well under that area there. So what I say is brace it with your hand if there's a specific pose you want to do. Like looking down or something like that. Cool. Got it. Make sure that's good to go. And just take care of that first before you do anything else. Now, another point of annoyance, these heels, these extended heels, the weight of the feet, there's die cast in. Here it is, a die cast sphere, but they tend to weigh down. So I don't really like that. Because I find myself constantly having to re-extend the heels. And that's no point. That's no fun. Alright. Get ourselves a good angle. This thing just poses and shoots really well from underneath, just because of that big body and small head. Just in case you get one, photography kit tips, that kind of thing. Alright, so you can see how bright the LEDs are in the eyes. Definitely not bad, right? Let's see if I can't find those. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this guy transformed. Honestly, I haven't transformed him before. This will be my first time, but the instructions look super easy, so we'll go through it. If we have to make cuts and adjustments, we will, but I don't really see it having to be too bad. So it says at first, take this whole thing, put that up, alright? So, and then from there, these flaps down, okay, right there, and then these flaps need to go up. So again, backs of the feet down, backs of the legs up. Okay. And now from there, everything just slides up. Slide up, slide up. Alright, you see what just happened there? It was so easy that that's it. Everything just slid. Alright? So then it says put all these flaps back up. Not a problem. Straight up manlet. In fact, let's go ahead and put the Let-You-Go next to him, and you can see he loses quite a bit of height doing that. Alright, so again, this was supposed to be flipped up. It's not really going to stay up. I mean, you rock it a little bit. This is pretty heavy die cast there, so it'll flop back down or whatever. Don't worry too much about that. From there, and then, this is supposed to be slid up as well. That's the default position, remember those hips? Alright. It says take that, and then bring that in. Alright? Think of it like a fetal position or something like that. Okay? And then the arms, so just slide them all the way up, like so. The biceps basically just slide into the forearms there. And then it says, go ahead and bring these pieces forward. And so it looks pretty good to me. And then it says to bring the, rotate the wrist. Those are facing outward. Now zooming in a bit, we just brought those arms in. They actually slide down here. Slide, slide, so you can see they're lower there. And now we're going to move on to the hat. Okay? So this piece comes out. Then you just take this, slide it back. Probably, can I zoom out? There we go. So in case you didn't see what I did, brought this out. This whole thing rotates back, just like we're putting on that alternate head there. Okay. So we got that. And then, on the inside here, the head, let me zoom in. This piece here, it slides over. Let me see how easy that is to do. Not too hard. Okay. So it should be that way by default from what it's saying. And then it tells me to slide it over. I didn't see anything off about the head, but whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna do what it says. We slide that piece out, obviously, since it's a cover piece. And these have already been put out, but that goes out as well. So what you do with the head here, now that it's on the inside, you take it and you do that split. Then you bring the whole thing back and line it up like that. So zooming out, the head and the end will be right here. So you can see it fits right down the middle. And then these two pieces, these two flaps that need to be in before, are out. Alright. So we should be able to just slide it in, but we'll see. That's the head kind of hitting the middle. So I'm moving around the arms to see if it, oh, those pieces that need to be out are not out. Aha. That was the ticket. Alright. All these pieces fit in. Make sure everything's pressed down. And then, boom. So not bad. That was a couple of minutes even doing that on camera, piece by piece, zooming and explaining everything. So that's pretty darn awesome. Okay, we got it all transformed, and here it is in its lighter mode. Lighter form. And it's a box. And we will actually go ahead and cut this review here. Overall, it's priced at about $180, $190. It's hard for me to recommend this one. Not gonna lie. If it was $100 or whatever, steal for the price. But with all of the little just annoyances with tolerances, having to use polish here, the legs weighing down, the extensions on the ankles and whatnot, it just doesn't have that oomph in terms of quality and things like that like the other two do. And honestly, I just really like the Solar Shigoken. With it being around the same-ish price, even though it's smaller, honestly, it's an actual 24 karat plated piece. Articulation-wise, it's a lot of the same. And honestly, like I said, little things about it, like the face and whatnot, just plain look better. I like the proportions on the Solar Shigoken as well. But either way, it's nice to have both because there was shape-shifting in the show. I'll probably display that Solar Shigoken in the lighter form, since it's actual life size or whatever, and then this in the bot mode, since it's larger, you know, just to represent that. Is it mass scaling? Is that what it's called? I don't know. You know what I'm calling it. Mass shifting. There we go. Mass shifting. But yeah, overall, it's okay. If I were to give it a rating right now, it'd be like a 6 out of 10. It could have been a lot better. This is their first entry into the series, and especially with the sales on this being lower, I'm not gonna lie, I have to give credit to the Pose Plus team for keeping the series going, even though this didn't sell out or anything like that, because a lot of companies, man, they kind of use one product to fund the next and whatnot, so they've kept right on moving in things. But, you know, if you want the full trio, by all means, you know, the full Pose Plus collection so far and this and that, it's not a bad toy by any means, but it's just not that standout, knock 'em out wow. And honestly, when the Solar Shigoken toy, which was damn near a decade ago that it first came out, is as nice or nicer, it's a hard sell for me to be like, go spend $200 on this. But for what it's worth, it's pretty nice. If you don't have a gold Lightan at all, by all means, check it out. It's definitely, I don't know. I can't say like it's just worth $200, boom, because I just had to, I'd probably spend $200 elsewhere on another product like a metal builder or something like that. But then again, I don't know what your preferences are. You know, this might be the best gold Lightan you've ever seen, and if so, great, enjoy. But it's not my favorite Pose Plus product. It's not my favorite iteration of gold Lightan. It's what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Sorry for rambling here if I rambled, but check out the full review as well as gallery on kumastyle.com. That'll be coming shortly. Lots of reviews on kumastyle.com coming shortly. Just gotta catch up on photography and whatnot. But anyway, thanks as always for your support. Have a good one. See you next time.